Hey guys, so for those of you that are a little bit further ahead, I'm going to have you guys do some coding. I actually used to teach, my course used to be 100% coding. I don't teach that anymore, but I kind of miss it. I think it's a great skill to learn, especially for those of you that are already more advanced technologically. So we are going to use a website called Codecademy. So go ahead and type in, it's C-O-D-E as in code, and then it's followed by Cademy, C-A-D-E-M-Y, codecademy.com. And once you get there, go ahead and scroll down and click where it says sign up using, and go ahead and click the G. And if it prompts you to sign in, go ahead and do that. Once you get logged in, this is what you should see. I'm going to have you go up here and click where it says go to catalog. And that's going to take you to a page that looks like this. There are lots of different languages, kind of like foreign languages in programming. The one that I used to teach was HTML and CSS, and that is the language for building websites. So I'm going to have you guys start there as well. So you're going to come over here, click where it says HTML and CSS. And then you're going to come here where it says Learn HTML. And then click Start. Oh, sorry guys, so slow. All right, and then this is what your lessons are going to look like. Now, it is super important that the first thing you do is always read this over here on the side. Please don't be lazy and try to skip that, because it's going to take you longer time to figure out how to do it without reading it than it would if you just actually read it. So I'm going to do these first few with you guys, and then I'm going to set you free just like I kind of do in my regular instructions. All right, so introduction to HTML. It says, welcome to the world of code. Last year, millions of learners from our community started with HTML. Why? HTML is the skeleton of all web pages. It's often the first language learned by developers, marketers, and designers, and is core to the front-end development work. If this is your first time touching code, we're excited for what you're about to create. Okay, so what exactly is HTML? HTML provides structure to the content appearing on a website, such as images, texts, or videos. Right-click on any page on the internet, choose Inspect, and you'll see HTML in a panel of your screen. Okay, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. A markup language is a computer language that defines the structure and presentation of raw text. In HTML, the computer can interpret raw text that is wrapped in HTML elements. Hypertext is text displayed on a computer or device that provides access to other text through links, also known as hyperlinks. You probably clicked on a couple of hyperlinks on your way to this Codecademy course. Okay, so right now all that stuff is probably like, what? Don't worry about it for now if you're not exactly comprehending that. To be honest, I don't really either. You'll be all right. Learning HTML is the first step in creating websites, but even a bit of knowledge can help you inject code snippets into newsletter, blog, or website templates. As you continue learning, you can layer HTML with CSS and JavaScript to create visually compelling and dynamic websites. But for now, we're going to focus on how to add and modify basic content on a page, like text, images, and videos. Don't worry if the websites look ugly. We're just getting started. Okay, so I know that part was like a little much and probably a little overwhelming. Again, don't worry about that. But from now on, every time you go through like a task in a lesson, you do need to read that. So after you read that, you can see this is a scroll bar here. After you read that, you're going to have some instructions on each page. So it says in the code editor to the right, this right here is the code editor. It says type your name between the H1 and these are called tags. You're going to learn that in a minute. So basically, you're going to type your name between the H1 opening and closing tag, then press run. So you're going to go right in here in between. This is an opening H1 tag. Again, you're going to learn that in a second. And this is a closing H1 tag. H1 is a header. So right in between those two, you're just going to type your name. That's me. And then you're going to come and hit run, like so. If you did it properly, your code will appear, or what you typed what you coded out will appear here. So this is as if this were your website. So if this were the website that you were coding and creating, this would be what your website would look like. So once you did what you were supposed to do and you ran it, which means you hit run and it showed up and went through and you got the check mark, that means you are good to go. And you can come over here and hit next, like so. Okay, then it's going to take you to the next lesson in the next mini lesson in the larger lesson, I guess. Okay, so this one is Introduction to HTML. Again, I'm only going to do a few of these with you, so please stick with me. It says HTML anatomy. HTML is composed of elements. These elements structure. Sorry, guys, somebody knocked at my door, so I got a little messed up here. I think I was at right here where it says these elements structure the web page and define its content. Let's take a look at how they are written. The diagram to the right displays an HTML paragraph element. As we can see, the paragraph element is made up of, so they're talking about right here. This is an HTML, yikes, let me get myself out of there, paragraph element. So you have an opening tag. I just mentioned that a moment ago. That's an opening P. So this right here is an opening P tag. This is going to sound crazy to you. It is going to sound like a foreign language. I understand that. I promise you. I taught myself how to do this. So believe me, I promise you, you'll get it. Just stick with it for now. So you've got your opening P tag. P stands for paragraph. Then you have the actual content, which is like the actual paragraph. A paragraph could be one word, so it doesn't mean an actual paragraph, but the content is hello world. And then you have a closing P tag. Notice that a closing tag is the same as an opening tag. It just has this // in front of it. So just to clarify more, a tag and the content between it is called an HTML element. So this whole entire thing is called the HTML element. There are many tags that we can use to organize and display text and other types of content like images. Let's quickly review each part of the element pictured. Okay, so you have the HTML element, which we said already is this whole entire thing. We have the HTML tag, the element name surrounded by an opening, we call these carets, and a closing caret, or sorry, I call them carets. I'm old school. Apparently they're called angle brackets. My bad, my bad. So then you have an opening tag, you have content. We already went over this, so I'm not going to go over this again. And then you have a closing tag. Okay. This one says, study the diagram to the right and learn about the anatomy of HTML syntax. When you're done, continue the next exercise. Ugh, that one was boring. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and hit next. Sorry for the long video. I try not to make these that long because I know it's a lot for you guys, but just bear with me here. Okay, now we're gonna get to some stuff here. So now we have the body. One of the key elements we use to build a web page is the body element. Only content inside the opening and closing body tags can be displayed on the screen, which can be displayed on your website. Here's what the opening and closing body tags look like. So again, you got your opening tag. It's got the opening angular bracket, the word body, closing angular bracket, and then you have the closing body tag, which same thing, except remember it has that / in front of the tag of the body. Everything that you do needs to go in between the opening and closing tag. So it says, once the file has a body, many different types of content, including text, images, and buttons, can be added to the body. So you can see here, sorry, my nose is itching. Here's an example. You've got an opening body tag right here. Then you have an opening paragraph tag. You have the paragraph, what's up, doc, closing paragraph tag, and then you have the closing body tag. Here are our instructions. We are going to add a body to your web page using the body element. So right up here, you're going to give it an opening body tag. Do not copy and paste from over here, guys. You actually need to type these out in order to learn them. So I'm going to add body tag. So add a body element to your web page using body element. I'm going to assume it wants us to go ahead and close it. So I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to add the closing body tag. I don't know, do I have to run this? They changed this on me since I used to teach it. I think I'm going to go ahead and hit run. Yep. So So go ahead, add your opening body and closing body, hit run. You can see that it gave us a check mark, which means that we did it right. So far, nothing should appear over here because we haven't added anything to the actual HTML yet. Okay, so our second step, if we did it right, it'll give us a check mark and open up the next step. It says add the following code between your opening and closing body tags. Ugh. Okay. I want you to type in the codes because I think it's, or the tags, because I think it's important for you to understand how they work. So what I want you to do, click outside of your body tag and hit enter. I always start new tags on a new line. So hit enter, add your opening paragraph tag. And if you want, you can go ahead and add, some people like to open and close their tags right away so they don't forget to close them. That's probably a good idea. Let's go ahead and opening paragraph tag. Remember, P means paragraph. Let's go ahead and do the closing paragraph tag. And now, to avoid having to type this whole thing up, if you want to copy and paste this, just make sure you didn't accidentally copy or paste either one of your tags. So I selected that. I'm going to hit my Control C. I'm going to go right between my tags, and I'm going to hit Control V. Okay, so let's see. It says, note, while some browsers may render some content outside the body tag, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we're not going to worry about that. And we're going to go ahead and hit run. If we did this right, this paragraph right here should show up on our web page. Bam. Looks like we did it right. We got our check mark. And we're going to go ahead and hit next. Okay, so here is where I am going to set you guys free. Again, make sure that you read this on the side before you get down, and always look at your examples here to try to like comprehend it until you get down to the instructions. Now, if you come down here and you think you've got it right and you hit run and it doesn't let you through, you can always come down here. See where it says concept review? It says there's a cheat sheet here. There's also some community forums. Sometimes there's like a stuck, need a hint option down there that you can hit that will give you a hint, or you can always ask me and I am more than happy to help you. All right, good luck, guys. I think you're going to enjoy this. Let me know if you need help. See ya.